All right, so let's take a look at. We're on the 5 minute time frame here, and we are on market open. So we have, as you can see, through London, through Asia. Sorry, one moment. Through Asia, we saw this is ES. We saw bullish action, consolidation through London. So really coming into market open. This is on ES. The zone I'd marked out was this yellow circle here, which is a 15-minute fair value gap. And it's also, we've got somewhat relative equal lows here and here, right down at London lows. So I just wanted to see, like to be honest, the way the market is now, I'm really not looking to short until we see a higher time frame change in structure, that being on the daily or weekly that we're looking to roll over. It's just not a market to be looking to short. All you got to do is go back in the daily and look at how many green days we've had over the past 30 days, 30 days. It's out of control. And anyone, like even shorts, you're not going to see any sort of expansion in them, and they're going to roll you back over. So let's take a look at market open here, and it was an interesting open. So to begin the day, as you can see here, ES starts to roll over while NQ does the opposite. So when I started seeing this, typically uncorrelated indexes like this are days I want to stay away from. So at this point here, as you can see on NQ, we've got an SMT, so it's the stronger asset, and it's really moving with momentum. So at this point, I was really looking at, say, this 5 minute fair value gap I'm going to mark out here. I just wanted to see how are we going to react to these lows, because we do have these relative equal highs here and all-time highs up here. And with NQ had kind of made most of the move I was looking for. I didn't want to be longing NQ until I saw it kind of come up to these London highs. So I was just keeping an eye on price action here, looking to see if we could see any of that strength we're currently seeing on NQ, if we could start to see that in ES. So this candle here was my entry. When I saw just crazy strength at NQ, at this point here, being that we come down, we've taken this liquidity, and really, because this was actually quite a risky trade, because we still did have this gray box here is a 15-minute inefficiency. So this is a reversal trade, and typically they're a lot riskier than say waiting for price to develop here and then going for all-time highs. But given the level of momentum we saw off the reversal, I was happy to take it. So my entry was just about here. My stop was below the wick extreme of this candle formation, and my entry was here. And I wasn't even going to look for all-time highs, just because of the uncorrelated nature of the two indexes, and ES not showing the same relative strength as NQ. I wasn't going to try to be a hero and go for all-time highs. So I think I got tagged in on this next candle. Yeah, so I got tagged in here. And as you can see, we did find, this is probably the black line here is prior day's high, and this is the 15-minute gap. We'll just concentrate on NQ. And we started to see a little bit of struggle here. And if you even notice, we came down, wicked down into this area. And that's why I always, at a minimum, use the candle formation. Typically, I would use this candle here. But just the RR didn't make sense. The RR didn't make sense, but the biggest reason, I'll never base a trade off the R multiple. It was just more the fact that this 5 minute closed with such authority that I was okay using that candle. So, and this, as you can see here, we struggled a little, very indecisive getting through this 15 minute. And as I say this, NQ is just going to the moon. It is just relentless. And at this point here, once we got this candle, my stop went to break even, and I let the trade play out. And it was great. It was about a 1.6, 1.7 R. I think a lot of traders as well, at this point here, a lot of people were shooting for all-time highs. and we almost touched it but didn't quite get there. And then of course I don't even know, there was some news, I think it was the Iran deal not going through, and we just rolled right over. But yeah, no, overall great day. It's been a while since I've taken a reversal trade like this. Typically I would want to see more confirmation and us close through this 15 minute to take longs. But as I said, the reason I made an exception today was given how strong NQ was, and I call like this candle here, this 5 minute candle that created the inversion. That's my definition, like fast and full. So you see there's very little wicks on each end, and just the pace at which it was formed, you could see there was a lot of intent there. And that's exactly what you want to see. And when we're after taking this low, this low, this low, and a 15 minute fair value gap, and we're about 50% of, let's just see. And if you look at, we're about, yeah, we're just right down in an area where we're in discount. So, it was a great trade. I'm really happy with it. I put on a lot of size, copied across a lot of accounts. So yeah, no complaints. I feel sorry for the traders that went for all-time highs and rolled back over on them. We are at that point in the market now where we're just so hyper overextended that even might take profit here. Like, I'll never put it, say, at this wick. I'll always put it, say, at these equal highs here, and not even try shoot for the extremities, only because just when we're just so extended, and we have large. If we take a look here, say on the daily, like coming into today, this is like this, the day opened like this. We have large gaps that have not been filled yet, and I expect them to be filled before we make a move even higher. That's why we could see a 5-6-7% pullback. That would still be super healthy to come back down and to retest these highs here. That would still be super healthy. And I think the impetus that's going to make that happen is just falling oil prices. If we get some certainty in the Middle East and the cost of energy drops, where you're going to see that most is the more risk-on assets that have kind of been floundering, like Bitcoin, which is usually a good fair weather for overall risk in the market. That's still struggling to really start creating some serious higher highs, higher lows, and really confirm an uptrend. You can't really say that's happened until it gets above about 92. Right now, it's showing positive intent, like it's up around in the 80s. But if we saw oil drop back down to 70, 60, even 50 or lower a barrel, that'll be the impetus for a lot of small cap growth, etc., to really make a leg up, because they've all been lagging so far.